Hey everybody, Jay Barino here. I forgot to record Open Rebellion before recording New Gettysburg. Spoilers, I finished the campaign. I had the skills to do it. Let's watch this and then we'll play New Gettysburg. Like a beacon, the combined power of the psi emitters reached out to the far corners of the Terran sector, luring billions of Zerg to the capital world of Tarsonis. The Zerg, overrunning the Confederacy's best defenses, proceeded to lay waste to Tarsonis' major cities and industrial centers. Back on the Hyperion.
I've picked up several dozen Protoss warships descending upon Tarsonis. They seem to be heading on a direct course to the primary Zerg hive.
If they engage the Zerg, the Confederates may escape. Commander, send Lieutenant Kerrigan with a strike force to engage the Protoss. Captain Rayner and General Duke will stay behind with the command ship.
First you sell out every person on this world to the Zerg. Then you ask us to go up against the Protoss. And you're gonna send Kerrigan down there with no backup?
I have absolute confidence in Kerrigan's ability to hold off the Protoss.
This is bullshit. Kerrigan, are you reading this?
I heard. I'm going down there. Arcturus knows what he's doing. I can't back out on him now.
Funny. I never thought of you as anyone's martyr.
Ominous tidings. Destroy the Protoss and all Zerg buildings must survive.
Why are you doing this, Kerrigan? Look, I know about your past. I've heard the rumors. I know you were part of those experiments with the Zerg, that Mengsk came and saved you. But you don't owe him this. Hell, I saved your butt plenty of times.
Jimmy, drop the knight in shiny armor routine. That suits you sometimes. Just not now. I don't need to be rescued. I know what I'm doing. The Protoss are coming to destroy the entire planet, not just the Zerg. I know that because, well, I just know it. I am a ghost, remember? Once we've dealt with the Protoss, we can do something about the Zerg. Arcturus will come around. I know he will.
I hope you're right, darling. Good hunting.
Okay, first things first, this command center's in a really stupid location, so let's just move it real close to the minerals. Slowly. So we have to defend against the Protoss and the Zerg, but we cannot take any offensive action against the Zerg, so we're going to have to put up with them attacking us for the entire map, which isn't too bad. We just want to throw down some heavy defenses over in that direction. Okay, just make a bunch of SCVs, and then Kerrigan back up. Vultures are not bad against Zerglings in typical early Zergling attacks. Same with Kerrigan. We're just going to mop up Zerglings very quick, and then we have to set up some minor defense here against incoming Protoss attacks, including scouts. So we just want to make sure we save up some money and be prepared for that pretty soon. But for now, let's just take our time. I'm actually going to lift off my factory and let's just move it elsewhere. Like right there is fine, I think. Okay, but really we just need to focus on getting some good income for now. This is the first mission where we can make mass battlecruisers, so why would we not, is my question. I am moving my buildings a little closer because we do tend to run short on space in parts of this map and parts of our starting location. There's a nice expansion we can take to the south, so I'll probably go ahead and snag that pretty quickly. Okay, here comes some Zerglings. Killed instantly, that's good. The Zerg also attacks from over here, so I want to make like a combined defense against the Protoss. As well. Get some more Marines out, stock them full of bunkers and fire bats, and not die. Get some turrets right here. Really, it's just because we can be attacked from so many directions that is what makes this early this early part dangerous. So again, I think after this, I'll just make some bunkers just in case. So why don't we do that? Right there is fine, and we want to put down our bunkers in a spot where they can properly hit multiple ramps. But also, I want to draw like hydralisks. I want to get them down the ramp so that we don't have a mischance. So that's what I'm going to try to focus on right now. We'll keep making SCVs, and we'll start making extra Marines to put into bunkers, because if Protoss attack us, we're pretty much fucked. Protoss are scarier than the Zerg in my opinion, but that can change, I suppose. Let's just throw Kerrigan in here. We don't want her taking any silly damage. Okay, and let's grab a bunker over here. Okay, and I need an academy pretty much as soon as possible. There really is not a lot of money here, so it's a little dangerous. Just get another bunker right here and then a bunch of tanks in between is my goal. Machine shop. We don't need a huge amount of gas income because we do get 8 per return of gas, which is nice. Okay. Getting a fire bat in all these bunkers would be nice just for zealots. And what I may even do is wall in a little bit here with a supply depot. I mean, that's not really going to help that much, but it will kind of hem in those zealots like I was talking about in the past. Okay, just a few more SCVs, and then I'm just going to focus on getting siege tanks out, getting siege tech, getting another bunker, getting more Marines, getting an academy. I think I'm going to grab the academy next so that I can at least get a comsat as well. That's probably enough SCVs for now. I would certainly like more, but really got to get this show on the road by making more units. That is for certain. So.
Not enough minerals.
Okay, I'm comfortable with that, and now we're just waiting for cash. Let's throw a few more on gas. We're gonna need a lot of gas before we finish this, because again, why not make mass battlecruisers? It's the first time we can do it, so we're gonna do that. Gotta be careful you don't move your siege tanks too close to these ramps either. If you accidentally get vision up there for whatever reason, you're gonna be in trouble. Okay, and then siege tech is a must. An engineering bay for turrets, and another bunker. So we got one more bunker. I think right here should be acceptable. Well, we want to make sure, again, stuff running down this ramp we can hit. So let's do that. The academy for U-238 shells is going to be important as well. Okay, let's go ahead and grab U-238 shells so that we can hit Dragoons, because if Dragoons come in with Singularity Charge, we'll struggle with them. Then we'll start getting out a couple tanks. A few more fellas on gas. We'll increase that steadily. Okay, and you guys hop in. You come on over in mine, and then we're just going to probably make a couple tanks and focus on taking our expansion here pretty soon. Okay, toss them in the bunkers.
Research complete.
And we're going to start making fire bats, one for each bunker. Soon, tanks. Tanks are next. Really just want to be careful with zealots. The depot will also protect any tanks we put behind this location, so that's part of the reason we're going to have that. We're not really close to being supply blocked, so I'm not concerned. Okay, hop on in here, buddy. Really just for zealots that are coming in. That's a frightening prospect. In fact, I'm going to move the vultures down here to help against zealots as well for the first set. Zerg may attack us from this direction as well, so we're going to want to set up some tanks in this general direction to be careful. Once we take our expansion, we'll be able to make our move towards battlecruisers pretty quick. Pretty quick. Okay, we already have a really solid defense here, so I'm not as concerned. That's pretty good. I really want to just put together a set defense to move down and take our next base as soon as possible. So that's going to require a couple tanks. We need at least one tank in each location, preferably more. So this is why we're going to throw them down right here. And we'll make some supply depots to wall them off a little bit like this. Because we're about to get supply blocked anyway, so that should be acceptable. Throw it on a comsat. Not going to nuke it all this mission. Okay. Grab a few more Marines as well before we get supply blocked. Not enough minerals. Let's just get this guy in the queue even though we're going to be supply blocked.
Additional supply depots.
It was a purposeful supply block. I don't want to hear it. You can't queue up sieging up, unfortunately. That would be really nice, but it is not possible.
Design complete.
Okay, next step, get a couple turrets in these locations. Obviously, Zerglings can still get in here and hit this tank, but it's just to deter them and have them go for the bunkers instead. More tanks. And then also get a couple turrets behind my mineral line, because the Protoss will come with scouts back here. We won't need too many turrets, but I would like to get a couple. I guess we didn't have enough money to throw that down. Okay, and we'll grab a turret over here too, just in case. Okay, we'll get one more tank in this direction. And then we'll put another one down here. And that should be acceptable. I think that should be acceptable at least. Next step is going for our expansion. And I think I'll bring Kerrigan with me when I do that. I feel like she'll be a little bit safer down there. They are streaming up through this direction, but that group might actually come and attack us in from the other direction instead. Okay, tank, come on down here. And then we have more Marines coming out, and then we'll get 1 or 2 tanks to bring with us. And then we're going to go. So we want to just make sure we're setting up bunkers and such on our way. We need depots. Probably just start putting them back here. And also grab another turret for those scout attacks that may be coming later. Maybe get one turret. I already have a turret here. That's not bad. Let's get one right here. Okay, and then we have plenty of space, I think, to throw down starports, the science facility, and double armory. So next step, like I was mentioning, is definitely going to be moving out and taking that second base. Infantry weapons doesn't hurt. You get back to mining. I don't think there's another geyser down at the expansion I'm looking to take, but there is a lone geyser a little bit further away, so I may build another command center for that. I'm not sure. Okay, this is where we're looking to go. We have to defend the high ground, though, which is really unfortunate. Okay, let's do it. Let's take this group. Let's bring 2 SCVs. You guys come on down here. Let's go ahead and throw down a save. I was told, actually, that saves may be broken and remastered right now, so I'll make a separate save just in case. Okay. More supply depots. I don't really think I'll need more tanks. It couldn't hurt to get one more, I suppose. Next, I'm going to get double armories for upgrades. Well, next I'm actually going to make a command center down here. So let's focus on that for now. Okay, and again, I really dislike the location of this base. It's kind of shitty what we have to do to make this work, but that's okay. That's what we're going to have to do. Okay, almost there. We have more than enough defense. I can't tell if I'm just a better player now than I used to be, or this is just easier. And I know it's not easier, because again, I like to remind myself that it's the same game. So it's I think it's just I'm a little over-prepared for what's coming here. All right, we're gonna need a lot more supply depots. Don't be stuck. He's not stuck. Good work, SCV. You've done it. Okay, we'll bring the second tank. Really just going to defend ourselves heavily against stuff coming down these ramps.
Not enough minerals.
Okay, bunker. Right there is fine.
I'm ready.
These folks will get loaded in. We'll move the tanks back a little bit. We'll make some turrets. Should be fine. Okay, and these tanks aren't going in the most ideal of locations, but wherever they need to go. Wherever they need to go. Okay, let's make us some armories. In places where they won't get stuck, please.
I'm waiting on
Okay.
you.
You got my attention.
Hop on in.
Commander, let's move. Give me some of this.
And let's see, I think I made 1 extra Marine. That's fine. You guys come on down here. I'll make another bunker just in case. And now we should be pretty well defended against stuff that's going to come down these ramps and try to kill us. Let's make a second armory. I want to get double air upgrades as soon as possible. When you're done, get back to mining. I don't think I have any idle SCVs. Let's grab our first starport. We have plenty of space over here. And more turrets. Okay, and now we're just kind of on that downward spiral of this map as we wait, because I have more than enough defense, I think. So we're just gonna hang out. Where do we think the Zerglings will come from? Which ramp? That's where I want to put the fire bat. Not that that's super important, but that's what I'm focusing on here. Okay, get mining. It doesn't hurt to get one level of vehicle weapons, but instead I am just gonna focus on my air upgrades. Let's toss one more SCV on gas because I think we're gonna need it. And then once we get this saturated, we can start making any army that we want, though it is going to be battlecruisers, I'm just pointing out. It will definitely be battlecruisers. Marine, why don't you come over here and contribute to our defense against the dastardly Protoss. Okay, yeah, and there is a geyser over here. Actually, I should hotkey my ComSat station. Blam. 6,000 gas isn't bad, but then the Protoss may divert and attack it, so I'd much rather not. Is that the first time the Protoss have come at us at all? Again, I don't know if my brain is just moving faster than it used to when I've played these maps, but it feels a little easier. I'm patting myself on the back. I understand that's not a very likable quality. I apologize. Everybody has that friend, though, where every time you talk to them, they have to make sure to get in a word about themselves no matter what. There's no way that they can't. Yes, good work. Did I lose an SCV? What's happened there? Anyway, I try not to be that guy, except on YouTube. That's actually not true. I don't think I mean, all I'm doing is talking to myself. That would be certainly weird if I was doing like, oh, I'm so good at StarCraft, to myself. So I talk to myself for, I mean, perhaps that's got to be verging on clinical insanity. But to be fair, I'm really not an expert on the subject, so that's definitely an over-exaggeration. That's a hyperbole. But some people say insanity is performing the same task over and over and expecting a different result. I talk to myself. This is the third time for this channel I'm playing through StarCraft 1 in one fashion or another, expecting some sort of different result. Actually, no, I'm not expecting a different result, so I guess I'm not insane by that definition. Though I don't necessarily agree with that definition of insanity. I've never known a clinically insane person, though, so I can't really speak on the subject. You gotta be careful when you're talking about that because, you know, who knows? Maybe I do know someone who's clinically insane. You think they'd tell me that's not a casual lunch subject where someone's like, oh, hey, by the way, I am clinically insane. I feel that it's necessary that you know that now that you're my new coworker. Who knows? I don't think that's something most people would say on their first day on the job. It's nice to meet everybody. I think it's important that you all know that 1 year ago, I was going to make a joke like 1 year ago I killed my family, but I don't think that's what clinical insanity is necessarily about, and I think that's disrespectful to the diagnosis, all right? But again, I don't know enough about what actual clinical insanity means to dispute anything. To really say anything. That's the fun part about being on the internet. Right now I'm talking to myself and it gets broadcast to thousands of people. I have to always be acutely aware that a lot of people will hear this. And the internet's that place where you can always pretend to be just the master of knowledge on any subject. I kind of prefer to be an I don't know kind of guy. I always like to preface when I make a weird opinion that may even come across as slightly controversial. Like, look, I don't know. What do I know about what actual insanity is? I bet I highly doubt most people listening have any idea either. Do we have any professionals out there who care to share? Also, you have to share your credentials to prove that you would know. I'm just kidding. Don't even bother. Just don't even bother saying anything. I could also use Wikipedia and also other verifiable sources as well, like maybe some journal articles. But, you know, I just don't have the sort of mental diligence to do that at this point. I'm playing StarCraft. It's mentally taxing. I could either play StarCraft Remastered or I could learn something interesting about the human condition. What would you do in my situation? I think most people would play StarCraft, to be fair. But it's I'm not just saying that because this is a StarCraft related channel. I just don't think most people want to take the time to learn about mental illness. But I digress. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that I don't know. I wish more people just said that they don't know, or said nothing. If there's a topic that you feel is controversial, there's a lot of complexities there. It's sort of a niche topic with a lot of technical knowledge involved. Everything gets turned into something political these days. You know, a lot of people, you got to have an opinion on it, yes or no. Sometimes it's not that simple. But again, I digress. What are we doing here? We're waiting to make battlecruisers. All right, I started building 2. That's exciting. I started my +2. we're going to be waiting around for a while we get these battlecruisers. We might as well start making some supply depots, and maybe this SCV won't get stuck if we're just really lucky. We can make supply depots down here as well. Seems like it would be pretty safe. And also the Zerg haven't attacked me down here. That's also incredibly exciting. But we got the income that we need. Not the gas, though. That's going to be unfortunate. But we only really need like 6 to 8 battlecruisers, especially if they'll be +2. I could even wait for +3. But, well, let's see. There's 2,400 on this geyser. That means that's enough for 8 more battlecruisers. Or, well, I mean, that's also assuming we mine it all out. Then it becomes depleted and we only make a quarter as much gas, so I'm not really going to count that. +3, I think, is 250 for attack and 300 for armor. That may very well be worth not waiting for, but just utilizing some gas for. I don't know. I tend to think numbers are more important there. Okay, I think it's about that time that we leave, I think it's about that time that we just leave a dedicated SCV here to repair this junk. I think my base defense is in a really good spot, though. I'm very happy with it. And we also have 2 battlecruisers that we can always utilize for defense if necessary. Oh! Zealots! Wow, okay, so I didn't get that much of a glimpse of them. We'll be able to see them better. Well, we could just scan and look. The Zealots, okay, from the side, do look very much like StarCraft 1 Zealots, without a doubt. But when they're turned around, they look remarkably different, which I think I like a lot. I do like how distinguished they are, but they still have that little flair of their original counterparts. And by original counterparts, I mean the exact same units. Very cool. Well, we're utilizing those supply depots. I'm pretty happy about that. It really doesn't hurt to just make more turrets and more supply depots. Did that SCV get stuck? He lives! Good work, buddy. I'm proud of you. Yeah, there's a lot of potential for our units to get stuck here. We haven't gotten hit by a large scout attack, which I really was expecting, but it didn't happen. That's fine with me. So what, we got 4 battlecruisers. We will have 6. I'll be able to queue up 7. Producing off of this many starports is kind of dicey at this point. I could, just for fun, long-distance mine here. We can make some more SCVs to do it. We could long-distance mine. And if we get wiped out by the attacking Protoss, who cares? Then, you know, we got what we could out of this venture, I suppose. Yeah, we can make more depots around these bunkers because we need space. It's always all about the space. Return your 8 minerals. Jay Barino's not min-maxing. Get in there and make sure that you're can't leave an SCV holding mineral chunks. That's 8 minerals. I expect perfection. All right, let's go. We have more than enough SCVs here, so let's put a bunch on long-distance gas mining. And if I lose these SCVs, then so be it.
Right away, sir.
That's probably more than enough. That's probably more than enough. Cool. Well, we got some more SCVs that's continued here. Can always transfer a couple from up here as well. We don't need to make any more. That's fine.
Battle cruiser operation.
Okay, 7 battle cruisers, or there's 200, 300, so I can get +3. We might as well start +3, and then this long-distance gas mining venture may actually be able to effectively get us up to enough gas for, who knows, 4 more battle cruisers maybe? I mean, 6 at +3 should be more than enough. I like the battle cruiser portrait. Also, again, I like the look of battle cruisers. They kind of just look like they're scrapped together, which is really cool. And also that you can see through them. This middle section is actually just a giant barrel for the Yamato gun, which is quite neat. It's just like it's a large outer frame, and then it's just cobbled together. I think that's neat. The StarCraft 2 battle cruisers seem a lot more composed. How's this going down here? It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm pretty happy about it. We can queue up 2 more battle cruisers here pretty soon. I also could move these battle cruisers into a position where they'd be more useful to defend. Yamato gun? I mean, yeah. I mean, of course we have to get it. We just have to wait for a little bit more gas. I'll get Colossus Reactor and Yamato gun soon after. I think doing this was the absolute right choice. I was a little concerned about it, but I have a large enough defense to deal with anything the Protoss are sending us. I think it's just my memory. is wonky because I played this when I was so young. It felt like such a challenging game, and I have admittedly not played legitimate StarCraft 1 campaigns for a long time. Just custom campaigns, which are all markedly harder, I guess. So I think my view is slightly jaded on StarCraft 1 and its difficulty level. I know it gets way harder later. I know for sure it gets way harder later. I'm not denying that. But at the same time, this is like nothing. I remember Ultralisks coming in this mission. Maybe it's just not late enough on the map yet for that to happen. I don't know. Either way, we're gonna have... I could just queue up more siege tanks. How many battlecruisers? That'll be 8. Maybe let's just get 10.
Base is under attack.
And then the rest of our gas. Yep, this is what I thought. It doesn't matter. We got our value from this geyser. Let him kill it. Just let him kill it and we'll just rebuild it. How long is it going to take him to kill it? Let's go, buddies. There you go. And then where are they going? Yep, okay. Come this way. Get fucked. Kerrigan in there doing good concussive damage to those zealots. I like the dragoons. They're very shiny. Okay, and then we just do this. And then we repair. And then we repair. And everything is right with the world. Okay, queue up 2 more battlecruisers. +3 will be done.
Upgrade complete.
Doesn't hurt to get infantry weapons, I guess. And then we'll just get back to mining here on our long-distance geyser. I knew that would draw the ire of the Protoss. Really, all we'd have to do is take this defense and move it out to about here, and it would stop them from getting to us. But it doesn't matter. Now we've got enough battlecruisers to pretty much win the map. But just for fun, we're going for overkill with +3 and 10 battlecruisers instead of maybe 6 or 8.
Upgrade complete.
Okay, we've done it. We can start upgrading our tanks and then spending money on tanks so that we can last as long as possible here when the Zerg decide to come and attack us. We want to make them fight for it if they want to get into this base. Also, if we get our battlecruisers back, it'll be a joke.
Good day, Commander.
Okay, when they're done, we're going to start attacking. Actually, we can just go and attack now. This is also a map where they are going to rebuild quite vigorously, so it might be worth making a couple wraiths just to leave up here to kill probes, because they will come up here and try to rebuild their base. We have to be careful, because if we do get caught close to these Zerg buildings, our battlecruisers will attempt to kill them.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Your forces are under attack.
Okay, here we go. Did I get Yamato gun? Oh my word, I didn't. It's not Yamato cannon, it's Yamato gun in StarCraft 1. I'll have you know. Okay, let's get in there. Nothing's gonna damage us except scouts. That explosion for the photon cannon seems a little absurd. Is that just me? Is that just gonna be all Protoss buildings at this point? Because it may very well be. I don't think there are any High Templar that we have to worry about storming. Yeah, the Protoss building explosion does seem a little so. Yamato. Let's see how Yamato looks. Oh, I haven't finished researching it yet. Whoopsies. We could always repair these in between battles as well. Yeah, that's a very large blue explosion. I like it.
Your forces are under attack.
Yamato gun, not quite there. And again, what I may end up doing is just leaving one battlecruiser up here to make sure that probes don't rebuild like a bunch of assholes. And this is where we just attack to win. That's so neat. I feel like the quality is actually worse than when I play it in windowed mode through my original 1.161 load. I'm not sure. It's probably just because of some of the scaling that they've done. Let's do it. Give me somebody with enough energy. Nice. I like it. I like the graphic. We do have to destroy every building. Every building. Battlecruiser, battlecruiser.
Orders, sir.
Siege up.
Your forces are under attack.
Doesn't hurt to just start getting a bunch of turrets around here, right? Because we know we're going to get hit with a bunch of mutalisks. Again, we're going to hold out for as long as possible.
Complete.
Allow Kerrigan time to not escape, I guess, right?
Upgrade.
And we're +3. So now we just have to sweep our way down this map, which again, the Protoss will send probes up here, so we also want to just travel down to their other base in a way such that we would catch probes that are on their way here.
Make it happen.
And leaving these zealots is not an issue for me.
Take it slow.
Let's just attack over here. And if basically if the map doesn't end when we expect it to end, it's because the Protoss have rebuilt one goddamn building along the way.
Set a course.
But the probes will only be able to travel through this direction, so that's why I'm going this way. I really like the look of the zealots. The nerf cards are definitely a lot more prevalent
In the cage.
with the detail.
Make it happen.
The level of detail from the different angles of the units is, I think, the most exciting part with the new visuals.
Set a course.
Okay, well, we're like swimming in cash now. We don't... I mean, just make more tanks, I suppose. And just keep getting tank upgrades. Infantry weapons level, not 3. Very soon we'll have enough gas.
Make it happen.
Okay, I talked about catching probes on their way out, but then I
Frequencies open.
didn't stick to that, unfortunately. Is this their only way out, actually? No, these ramps down here is where they'd go.
Take it slow.
Okay, battlecruisers don't. Battlecruisers, just, yeah, lure these guys to us first. Spreading out a little too much.
Transmission. Take it slow. Set a course.
There we go. Did those dragoons want to...
Frequencies open.
Did they walk into our base? I don't think they did.
Good day, Commander.
It's alright, we can kill, like, 2 dragoons versus 2 battlecruisers. I can tell you who's going to win
Take it
that.
slow. In the cage. Set a course.
Okay, cool. We have 12 battlecruisers now. That's satisfying. Battlecruisers do, I mean, their rate of fire isn't as satisfying as StarCraft 2, but they are just hugely powerful.
In the cage.
Without a doubt. You know what? We're almost done here. Why don't you 2 battlecruisers come up here just because, well, now let's send them back home just for the climactic finale.
Your forces are under attack.
Hailing frequencies open.
Yamato.
Good day.
You all Yamato at once. The absurdity of StarCraft 1 spellcasting. See, they're putting probes inside shuttles. Yeah, see, that shuttle is going to go up. That shuttle's going to move up and start rebuilding that base up there. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to send some units up there. It's not the worst of things, but it's just irritating.
Receiving transmission.
Unless we can destroy all this stuff before they have it all rebuilt. What? The battlecruisers. Oh, son of a bitch! Okay, well, I haven't saved for a long time. I've basically beaten the mission. I'm just gonna make a shortcut here, alright? I'll be back. Okay, and here we are. No problem. I did admittedly cheat just to get back to about where I was so that I didn't take too much time here. That's my fault for not using more saves more frequently, but I also built some wraiths and left them up here just to make sure that the Protoss wouldn't rebuild. And now we're just going to clean up this base, and then we're right exactly where we were. I had left 2 battlecruisers. I assume what happened, I didn't actually look, was that the 2 battlecruisers I sent back gave vision on the high ground, and my tanks or the battlecruisers themselves were able to destroy a Zerg building up there, probably a colony or some colony or spawning pool or something, who knows, but that was unfortunate. Get the shuttle, no Protoss may escape. This is our first direct combat interaction with the Protoss, and of course we're just going to be openly hostile with them, that's fun. Okay, and here they come. Get back to base, battlecruisers, quick! Oh, the queens look cool, I like those.
Receiving incoming transmission.
This is Kerrigan. We've neutralized the Protoss, but there's a wave of Zerg advancing on this position. We need immediate evac.
Belay that order. We're moving out.
What? You're not just gonna
Base
leave
is
her.
under attack.
All ships prepare to move away from Tarsonis on my mark.
Boys? How about that evac?
Damn you, Arcturus. Don't do this.
It's done. Helmsman, signal the fleet and take us out of orbit. Now.
Commander? Jim?
Base is
What the
under
hell is going
attack.
on up there?
But the cavalry had just arrived! There's a look at the Ultralisks right there. We got to see overlords, drones. I mean, eventually we'll get to the Zerg campaign anyway, and folks can see all the different models, or you can go and see the multitude of people who put together videos of the different units if you don't own the game yourself. But this was it's always been a neat little mission, and it's really the crux that almost the entirety of the rest of the story stands on, is what happened here, even going into a lot of StarCraft 2 through Heart of the Swarm. So it's pretty neat to be able to play it in person, and it's also one of the more notorious maps where the AI rebuilds and forces you to take just that little bit of extra time to track down random buildings they're placing around the map. All right, this has been Jay Barino. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.